Greetings and salutations, everyone. Today we're going to take a look at chronology, how we count the years the way we do, and what comes from that. So, let's get started. When we look at milestones in life, it's easy for those to be the big things to point at. So let's use that as a reference tool. Like here, my time at Ellison High School. I was hired in 2009, started teaching World History AP in 2010. Earned a master's in history in 2013, became the social studies department chair in 2016, and was first invited to the WAP Read in 2017. Each of these 5 events built on top of the one that came before it. One could not have happened without the one that came before it and would inexorably lead to the next one. The year of progression is also important in what happened in the order that it happened in. Our calendar, which this is not from this year, is the Gregorian calendar. It came out in 1528 and it was designed to fix a whole bunch of problems that had preceded it. The big thing to take away from this calendar system is how we count years. And this calendar that we have came about in 1582, and it set a new year zero. This new year zero was related back to the birth of the Christian Messiah, Jesus. Every year that came following the birth of the Christian Messiah, Jesus, is adding on to year zero. It is something that happens in the abbreviation AD or CE. Now the two-letter term means the same thing. The year in AD is the same as it is in CE. AD means Anno Domini, year of the Lord. CE means Common Era. BC stands for before Christ or before Common Era for BCE. And again, it is the same year. The difference is that the years that preceded year zero start small and progressively get larger the farther back you go. This is really important if we're referencing like when was Rome founded, and you need to know that 700 BCE is different than 700 CE. Let's look at some actual milestone moments in history so we can kind of get an idea of this, hopefully a little better. Now, all of these events happened in AD or CE. It's the same year. Rome falls in 476. In 1258, the Abbasid Caliphate ended for the first time. In 1453, Constantinople is besieged by the Turks. In 1533, Pizarro destroys the Incas. And in 1914, the Ottoman Empire fell. Each one of these happened after the next, in some cases by several centuries, and in other cases by several decades. BC or BCE, again, the older it is, the bigger the number. 4,500 years BC, the city-state of Sumer is established. The earliest form of civilization comes into being. 2,500 BCE, the Olmec civilization is founded. The Shang dynasty in 1675 and the Bronze Age collapse of 1200. Now you might notice that these dates, the first 4, seem kind of generalized, and wow, they all conveniently end in a double zero. That's because we have general ideas on when these events happened. 1675 with Shang and Cleopatra VII coronation in 51 we're more accurate of because we are more familiar with them. There's better written context, and we have to do a little bit less guesswork. But the point is the same. The farther back something was, the larger the number. So if I were to say how long ago was the Bronze Age collapse, the answer is more than 3,200 years ago. This idea of chronology is a pretty simple one, but it's also one that if you don't understand, these ancient and classical civilizations can seem even more peculiar figuring out when they happened. So, hope you learned something today. I'll see you next time.